Breaking news. The Allied powers have won a victory in Europe. On February 1945, the Big Three, the British Prime Minister Churchill, US President Roosevelt, and the leader of the Soviet Union, Stalin, met to discuss the terms of Germany's surrender. Invasion of Germany reveals atrocities committed by the Nazi Party against various groups. Now we will go to Rajvi, who's with the Soviet leader Stalin and British Prime Minister Churchill, to discuss more about the Allied victory in Europe.
Thanks. I'm here with Joseph Stalin, leader of the Russians. How do you feel about the Allied victory in Europe?
I feel that the victory will help me expand the concept of communism over Eastern Europe so that everyone can be equal.
How did the war come to an end?
On April 25, 1945, all the Allied powers, including the Soviet Union, met by the Elbe River, 75 miles south of Berlin. We started bombing the German bunker in Berlin, and Hitler was so distressed that he committed suicide with his lover, Eva Braun. On May 7, 1945, Hitler's successor, Karl Donitz, surrendered to the Allied forces.
What about you, Churchill? What did you find after the war, and what punishments do you plan on imposing on Germany?
Well, when the Allied troops stormed into Germany, they met a horrific sight. They had found the Nazi concentration camps where the Nazis had tortured and done inhumane things to countless of ethnic groups. What we plan to do with Germany is we plan to divide the country into 4 occupation zones, one for each Allied power. We also took away all their colonies so they wouldn't be tempted to try anything. And even if they were, they wouldn't have the means to do it.
That sounds very reasonable. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the celebration of the Allied victory. Now over to an American citizen to determine her view on this great accomplishment. Hello, Jane. What have you been doing to help the war front here in America?
Well, since my husband has left for the war, I've been in charge of most things here. The whole community of women whose husbands had left to fight got together to support the war efforts. We've been doing their jobs and ours to help America on the way to victory.
How do you think the end of the war will impact your everyday life?
I don't think that we will be equal in status with the men quite yet. However, hopefully after they recognize our efforts during the war, we will see an increase in status.
Do you think the Japanese will be welcomed into society now that war is over?
The Japanese still are not completely trusted, so I'm not sure if they will fit in. However, during the war, they proved their willingness to serve their country, and I think that will help increase their status.
Go.
Okay. Thank you so much for participating in this interview. Enjoy celebrating our victory with family and friends.